Welcome viewers. Again myself. Now today I'm going to say about news media, what it should be and it is and what it would be and what it could be. So news media. What is the purpose of news media? The purpose of news media is awakening people by making them, that is presenting towards them, the truth in its form, as it happened, as it should be, as it could be. So the task of news media is very important, crucial, and vital. Therefore, one must know that news media is not just statement of what has happened. It is to build up a mob consensus. It is to give a direction. It is to wave a path for the target audience in future regarding their thinking, their action, their reaction, like that. But corruption has began in this news media. Previously, there were mainly two papers, Anandobajan and Juganto. But there I said in my writings how Dr. Rai dealt with them when they refused to report on certain issues. Now, people were honest at that time. But after that, what happened? Since the purpose of news media is to build a consensus, group opinion, and motivate or demotivate and propagate the mass towards a direction, towards forming a direction, towards framing a direction, towards moving, achieving a direction. So they have there has been a little dilution in the honesty of this. The dilution is because of benefits, benefits of luxury, benefits of fringe benefits, benefits of promotion, things like that. To acquire a knowledge of what is happening, they need to keep connection with bad people, with the good people, with the best people, with the worst people, and all. One way, they need to keep constant touch with the police force, investigation getting force, intelligence gathering force, and more. Therefore, some police officers and some newspaper reporters who are corrupted, they use it in their own benefit, very hidingly and very cunningly. For example, when I spoke to Nirupam State, after that I saw a news in the TV that bars were closed down by anti-dowry cell, Lal Bazar, and excise cell, and this and that. They're closed down. Now, how it is possible that actual picture has been projected if there was no nexus or connection or pre did this thing information relay between the newspaper journalist, editor, whatever, that organization, and the police force, joint operation police force. So if there is no relay or understanding or relation, then what happens? No news can come on live. Everything it happened in past tense. So in digital media era, there has to be connection with the police force for taking bold steps, and with the news media. But my question is, why should only ABP be invited to take the photograph? Why should not be there other press these things also? Why should not be 24 hours, 24 ghanta, Kolkata TV, then these, that, CNN, whatever other channels are not there. These proves how corrupted has ABP in the times of Abhishek Sarkar become. And this is not in one day. This is because of series of days. This man must have to have a deep inside root in this police force. Therefore, getting proper information beforehand. This is not wrong. He has not used the information to help the offenders go away. He has not used to earn money or other things. He has not been corrupted. But the point is, why only ABP? Why not Banglar Batta? Why not the 24 Ghanta, 24 hours, whatever? Why not the press club being informed? Therefore, there is an understanding between the Nirupam side, the police side, and the ABP that I will uplift you by giving you proper information so that your channel becomes a hot cake in the society. In turn, what? I don't know. If there is nothing in turn that ABP has to give the police force, then why is ABP only invited, and why not any other press invited? This proves that there is some kind of undercutting thing going on. And I'm sorry to say, but I must state that it is learned from the words of Dilip Ghosh that Honorable Governor himself indulged in the process that news making should be free to operate. Yes, news making should be free to operate, but news is not the sole property of any proprietor, that is any owner. News making means press media itself should be operate independently. I would like to request the Honorable Governor to look into the matter such that cases are filed as to why only ABP was invited and why not other press invited. And if invited, I didn't see any of their logo in their this microphone or any of them with the camera with logo of that newspaper over there. I didn't see, or at least that was not shown in the TV media. Therefore, I would request the Honorable Governor, who has stepped in correctly to so that the news independency of news media is maintained, but he should step in again to see that ethics are maintained in the news media. It is a press club to be invited, rather informed. They will inform particular these things, and things could go on through there. Space Club is a central organization. I would also like to raise the question that in case there is no understanding between the government, TMC government, and Press Club, then why did Mamata Banerjee be so initiative to give them health scheme? Whereas you see in the Kumartuli, people are almost dying out of hunger, no job, no this thing. Their restoration job, which has been started in the era of left Trump, is not. I don't know. It's not up to the mark as far as I know. They have not been provided any income guarantee scheme. Why press people are provided health scheme? They could have been provided insurance that in case stone is thrown, in case you are bitten with the bitten and you get bleeding, etc. That insurance can be drawn. Emergency health support can be given, but why health scheme is given to them? So one can understand how the government is secretly tying up ties with the news media just to divert and direct the flow of thinking of the society, of the citizen. This is the nexus. I would request Honorable Governor, sir, as we have already, as we have Suomoto intervened, this was not projected in the newspaper, but you came to know from your own channel, as per Dilip Ghosh statement, and you Suomoto intervened. As far as I know, governor is a chief head of sanctioning and approval authority and a little bit of monitoring. But in this case, you have intervened on your own. This is the news I got. So when you have intervened on your own, it has to have some critical basis, and the basis is the maintaining of right to workings and operations of the news media. It is very true, but not should be for one particular news media or news channel. It should be open for all. It's an open market here. A situation where a bar or a restaurant or a drinking bar or a prostitution area, whatever, is being slammed down is a news for the country, is a news for all the channels, all the press club itself of West Bengal. If not Delhi is contacted, at least West Bengal. This is not a marriage party. This is not an interview. This is nothing personal or specific event. This is a common matter which is done by the police administration. So why not all the medias be included and involved in it, in a gang, in a group? Only if that AVP is invited, sir. Could you please follow this in your own channel? It was also heard in a next point. It was also heard in a news, in the news, that there was a dissatisfaction among students when you intervened and took the side of the AVVP. I don't remember where it is. It was most probably in Jadavpur matter. I'm not sure. But if this news is true, I would like to ask you one question, sir. You are intervening for a side of a student. Maybe you are the chancellor of the university or whatever, and you have the right to do so, sir. But you are taking the side of AVPP, you are taking the side of SFI. I think this is not what is demanded from you. You should, sir, also keep an independent working platform image and activity level. That could be a committee to take up the matter, and that may also give the in favor of the AVPP. I have no problem with AVPP. I have no problem with SFI, SUC, whatever. I don't have any problem. But you are yourself giving the answer on your own, verdict on your own. At the time of AVPP, at the time of news media, AVP, whatever. Just stepping in, giving the verdict. I don't know whether this is acceptable or this is allowed in the democratic structure or not. I'm not going to that because I don't know that the legal people knows. But I would suggest that you should give a very independent and judged behavioral judgment, so that to us, your auspiciousness of your chair remains as a saluted. Yes, news media has the right to freedom to right to statement of the truth. That was done by Bhupen Bush. That's true. But why only one news person? Everybody could have come. That means the police force over there. I know Nirupam to be the main person involved in it. Got a tie-up, got an intervening with the newspaper. It is Anirban Chatterjee or whatever. I will promote you. In return, you will do this for me. So, can I not allegate that this news person, Anirban Chatterjee, or whatever, had been active to influence his colleagues, his officers, superiors, other press medias to act as per the wish or the need of the police with whom he has a good nexus. I doubt his honesty and the honesty from the police force also. Yes, news media has right to publish the truth, but that not only one news media. Has there been any letter that AVP been informed? Has there been any letter or any communication made to the press club chief, chairman? No. Then this is a matter between the anti-rowdy cell, the excise duty or whatever of the Kolkata police and the ABP, represented by Mr. Chatterjee as the news person. And it is this because these news journalists, etc., are provided health scheme from the government fund, as far as I know. They could have been given insurance, they could have been given protection in case of accident at the time of work. This is done. But why health scheme? I am a sick person. I have some liver problem from my childhood. Okay, now I am looking for it. It needs a running cost which is very high. So I am looking for studying journalism so that I get into journalism. It's a private company. Okay, and then that I'll be fetching all my expenses from the government, and the private company will go give me perquisites and things like that, and maybe some of the health features also. If journalists are so unhealthy, then I think they are not fit for the job. Produces sir. So there is a involvement of taxpayers' money through government under the books of finance department, government of India, West Bengal, sorry. If not to bribe, if not to dishonest, but to create a good rapport with the journalist so that they report in their favor for diverging people as per their need. First point. Second point, this ABP, Anandabhai Potrika, is a very old concern. They have been from the time of independence and survived with fame till days and reputation also. People relied on Anandabhai Potrika on the ground that they gave secret information which were almost detective type, which the government could not publish. Be it in the case of Bengal lamb or child baby theft or other scams or things like that, which people could not get through, and the detective department police also did not get through. So this started in the time of Left Front. They produced a series of reporting. This series of reporting, read by the target audience, gave them knowledge of the actual happening, which may be the black side, which may be the good side. I'm not sure, considered, but actual happening, which should otherwise not be projected or known to the common mass. This happened in the time of Left Front. Just after this, when there was a shuffle in the time of Buddha Babu coming in and Jyoti Basu going out, so there was a time when Anil Biswas and Mr. Basu, Biman Basu and Buddha Babu wrote against ABP, rather news media, specifically ABP, that why are you projecting us so much? We do not need your upliftment to run the government. What we have done is done. Now, if you write for us so much, pages after pages and paragraph after paragraph, it seems that you are our representative in the news media. We have our own paper, Ganashakti. Who wants to read, read. You don't want to don't read, don't read. But why are you projecting us in every prospect and every aspect so much? You project the work of the government, bus. You know what they said? You said একে বলে তুলে আছাড় মারা আগে তো তুলি তারপর আছাড়টা মারবো. So you have an intention behind it. You had not been doing so in the past years of our so many years of ruling. So why are you doing this? Then afterwards, they stopped extra projection on the government and did their job on their own. Madam Mamata Banerjee also went to the Rashtrapati President sir, Honorable President sir, and the others with the telegraph to show the picture of legal disruption and uproarment news for demanding Article 356 to wipe out left front. My question is, why only Telegraph? Why not Statesman with it? Why not Financial Times with it? Why not Bartoman with it? Only Telegraph. Okay, they do not understand Bengali. Then why only Telegraph? Not Statesman, not others. This Telegraph is of ABP publication. This ABP Anando is of ABP publication. This Ananda Bajar is of ABP publication. We stopped giving series of internal report, internal investigation reports, things like that, which are really true and helpful for the society to grow up and mature in thinking process. Therefore, we can understand that PMC and ABP has a hidden tie-up, understanding, patronage, right from the end era of Buddha Bauddha treasure. And so much that the press media itself was awarded health scheme. Therefore, the press people, all the this thing are own to OWE this particular group, and this particular group is growing in leaps and bounds. Statesman is a so primitive, so heritage. They have just brought out a paper in the Bengali media, and that also not so much popular or widely used. And they did not use this thing package system like Telegraph and Ananda Bajar. And that they have no news media of their own, these digital media. But ABP has English paper, Bengali paper, news media in English, in Hindi, in Marathi, in this and that, in English, everything. So, in order to get up as the primary news concern, they need investment. If the books of accounts of this particular concern may be referred to, then one can understand how they got the investment. As because it has not been disclosed to me, I cannot comment anything on that, on vague ideas and concepts. Regarding sales of ABP, they have Desh Putrika, this, that, additional papers. Okay, fine. But regarding sales, people are not interested to buy Statesman by Vartaman, but Anandabazar. I think the reason is because of its good reputation. But that good reputation has become bad. And that is proved by the nexus with the anti-rowdy cell, this excise cell, this Nivipom Dotto, and their reporting pattern. In my case, I have alleged to one Sadhu Maharaj of Belur Mott as to why only prime minister being projected performing puja, doing worship in inside a cave, coming here talking to students. He has come to stay in by Belur Mott for the religion purpose. If he comes here and starts disco dance and gives a wine party, cocktail party, that's ridiculous. It's insane. So he has come here for religious purpose to talk to the students, to talk to the monks, to offer prayerings, to prayer, maybe to offer pujas, maybe by doing the puja himself. So when he has entered the arena of Belur Mott or whatever, a religious concert is, he has come with a psychology, mind, prepared mentality, everything to be religious, religion based. Just as we go, I go. So in this case, why is so projected inside the religious premises also? He is now talking to students, he is now worshipping, he is now offering dolls, he is now doing arati. What is this? Religious place is for worship, is for self improvement through concentration, to dhyan, to pranayam, to dhan, also all these things. Religious place is not the place of for the news media. In the Dokhineshwar, no one is allowed to take photograph. Mobiles are kept aside since they have camera in it. So why did and how did the press got entry and shot the photograph of Aruti or whatever done to the goddess Bhavatarani Devi? And how could it be published? Why? What is the exception in case of prime minister, and in case of prime minister is not authenticated as the government holder, host or designator to go and do pujas, but it is his personal matter. I mean, the designation, that doesn't mean that I have any personal issues, relations, emotions. You can do it, but what is? Why should news media project on that doing it? On the news, it came that Rahul Gandhi went and offered pujas in the Himalayan area and somewhere in other temple with the Gotro as the Kashmiri Pandit and things like that. That's it. Picturization, projecting, and as far as I remember, this was ABP itself projecting, and only ABP, as far as I can recall. And in my case, whenever I talk to someone, there was a notification in the mobile of almost the same news. I talked to the monk. Why should it be? Suddenly, the notification came that central government has passed that news media should be operating freely. I offered for Bhuvan Krishna Bhor and school edition of ABP, and I was given by my taking my this voter ID, other etc. as Bhuvan Krishna Bhor, but given Bhuvan Bhor as the name and ABP subscription without school edition. I don't know whether they have charged for school edition or not, but this was done. Now I have to go and say that I am the same person. You have entered data wrongly. You have charged wrongly. You have not done wrong deeds. Why should I go and I state that no, I am the same person. Please give me the paper. I inform DGIG. That's it. So this is the trick ABP is into. This is the trickery ABP is into. I went to publish my father's death, this thing, anniversary. Jesus bluntly refused me on the ground that this TNC Union or ABP, I forgot. The students said, no, 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 this is not required. Joking. They didn't produce any. Students saying that, creating troubles. This ABP windings, right? This is the most worthless portion of this ABP news. Shall I tell why? In my case, I have come from to Rupali Boshak, I don't know, Boshak or Mitro, whatever. Then there one from that so factory in near Dumdum cantonment, this thing, and this Godfa Road, the Koshpa Godfa Road, the BSNL person's daughter, and other fews. All of them had problems in their divorce court paper. So when you are writing, allowing to publish advertisement that I am a divorced candidate and this is my age, this is my this thing, you are I think you are required to give the documentation of citizenship as to voter card, etc. Over there it is written that my name is this, age is this, father residence address this. Okay, that is done. But why are you not demanding divorce matters and declaration, or at least a declaration that yes, I state that all the these things are true to my knowledge and belief, and in any case I will be liable to answer or punishment as the case may be. And the declaration is that I am so and so divorced. This is my first divorce, second divorce, third divorce. I have one sibling with me, but who is not allowed me by court. I or maybe in the home, or this is this, and then this. You keep that in your records. Publish whatever is published, but keep that in your record. If you're honest, but you're not doing so. Instead, you're taking up a package that if you give 5 rupees, you will be only in ABP. If you give 6 rupees, then only in Telegraph. But if you give 7 rupees, 8 rupees, you'll be only in Telegraph. But if you give 7 rupees, you'll be both in Telegraph and ABP. You have a photograph to print, you have a color photograph to print, you will be boxed, and moreover, you will be you are given a ABP weddings membership. And in there, in ABP weddings, this Sushanto Paja just told me, which seemed to me very bad at the first time, but I later understood that he was very sympathetic with me. He told me that I can give you connections to the family and to the incumbent, but you should do your own to know about the incumbent. We are not liable, rather we should not be, we cannot be held responsible for their life leading. In that case, you can consult the police administration or private detective, as the case may be. If you need private detective help, we have it. But I should say you should go for your own. I was quite disappointed with this saying. But now I found that he has been a true friend of me. He helped me because he knew what is going on. Bad game going on. A news media has expanded to the extremity of ABP weddings. Then event management for the wedding, maybe tomorrow, travel tour for honeymoon, and maybe another package for childbirth in hospital, whatever. Maybe another package for bringing up the child up to school and insurance of the school itself. So all care is taken up by the same concern. Maybe in separate name, maybe in the same name. Therefore, one can understand that once they get into your head, they retain into their head, into their memory, right from starting of marriage, and in due course as the newspaper comes on, it's a locking. In marketing terms, we use lock-in. It's a lock-in sale. It's a lock-in memory game like that. Brand locking. I don't have any objections to this approach, but I do object the approach. Why only ABP will forecast the news, digitize the news? Why not others? Why not Miss Club itself be informed that we are going to take that news? So, honorable respected Governor Sir, you are being very kind and very generous and very legal and very authentic and very honest and very truthful to see that no misuse of government power is done to suppress the rights of publication. But I'd like to put to you just because you have been so honest, generous, and so authentic and so involved and devoted for our the mass concern rising above the administration, government administration, and acting on its own to help us to see that there is no nexus or tie up between the news media and the police, etc. And sir, I also complain that helps keep journalists to be withdrawn. This is needed. When a journalist comes out from the office and joins the office or whatever, then still definitely helps scheme. I don't know, sir. What should a journalist in a health scheme? He can influence in case there is an emergency that is written in the this thing while his job that can be given, but not health scheme. Healthcare is not cheap to be given. So that come here. It is not like the government is ready to start the health scheme facility, whoever it is. It can get hold of and dragging and please take it. This cannot go on, sir. They don't have any right. If they have a right, then drivers also have the right to benefit to health scheme. Then coolies have the right to health scheme. Then rickshaw has the right to health scheme. Then follow Honda drivers, they have the right to health scheme. The Fuchka have the right to health scheme. Even the Danavala who sell drinks, alcohol, they have the right to health scheme. Why only newspaper have some agenda, some tie up, and that is projected in this ABP and gastric case. And you are in grind to stop further suppression, illegal suppression, because now police will try to get hold of newspaper people and now say if you don't this is legal and this and blackmail people as the he has been trained. He's he may not know his mother tongue, but he knows how to blackmail people from his Guru Raj Maharaj. And the main culprit of this Shami is regarding matters. And myself falling into trouble. Kindly please salute. So thank you.